Hello, everybody in YouTube land. Welcome to another episode of Baking with Brian on Our Cozy Home with Gina. Glad to have you back for another enjoyable episode. Today, or this evening, we're going to bake something different. We're going to bake, what are these things? Pecan bars?
Yes.
Classic pecan pie bars. Something a little bit different. So we're going to give it a try and see how it goes. For the ingredients, if you're baking the crust from scratch, which I'm not, I'm cheating a little bit. I'm going to make it out of a pre-made pie crust, which I'll explain what I'm going to do here in a minute. But if you want to use or bake your own crust, you want to make your own crust, it takes in the ingredients 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cup of Land O'Lakes butter or butter, softened, of course, 1/3 cup of granulated sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/3 cup of finely chopped pecans for that crust. Now, like I said, I'm going to use this pre-made pie crust, which I'm going to put in the pan here in a second. And for the filling, the ingredients for the filling, and I'll remind you later as we get ready to put all that together, 2/3 cup of firmly packed brown sugar, 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 1/2 cups of corn syrup. You can use dark or light. Gives you a little different tint to the bars that we're going to make. 4 large eggs. We're going to use 4 large Adams County eggs again. Thank you, Doug. Keep them coming. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. 1 1/2 cups of coarsely chopped pecans. So those are the ingredients for the crust and the filling. And I'll bring up the filling again later on. All right, so we're going to get ready to put the pie crust in the 9x13 pan here. I need to spray that pan real quick. So I'm going to spray it. All right, that should be good enough. Now we'll take this pie crust. We've got to leave this pie crust out and let it kind of get almost room temperature. We don't want it to be too cold because it'll be frozen. We don't want it to be real brittle when we put it in. Rip it open a little bit more. All right, so now we're going to unwind this pie crust. Like I said, it's a round pie crust, and we're going to make it fit in this 9x13. Already got some flour inside of it to help out with it sticking. We don't want it to stick. All right, we'll turn it this way, and that way it'll almost fit like it's supposed to. Kind of just stretching it out just a little bit there. The other side looks a little better. This side's looking. Let's take a little piece here and drop it in there. Do that. Maybe we'll take this over here and put it in the corner here and kind of press it down a little bit. All right, got our pie crust in the pan here. And now we're going to put this, we preheated our oven. Like I said, we're doing a already made pie crust. It's a pre-made pie crust. The instructions for that pie crust, for the pre-made pie crust, we're going to preheat the oven to 450 degrees, which my helper Gina has already did. So we're going to put it in there, and we're only going to put it in for 5 minutes. We need to put 4 holes in the pie crust. I think she told me that, but it seems like I've forgotten. And she reminded me. Thank you, helper Gina.
You're welcome.
Everybody, my wife Gina is actually the one that does all the cooking and the baking in this household. I do not do anything except operate the grill. But she thought it would be fun to have me on her channel baking some things, so here I am, having some fun. That's all. That's what we're doing. We're having fun, and we've got some holes in the pie crust, so we're going to put a little bit more in there. All right, now we're going to put this in the oven. Okay, while that pie crust is baking in the oven, we're going to get together our pie filling. Again, the ingredients for that pie filling is 2/3 cup of firmly packed brown sugar, which we've got here, already measured out. We got 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, already measured out here. 1 teaspoon of salt, got the teaspoon. And we're going to use the 1/2 teaspoons for the salt because we've got to use the 1 teaspoon for the vanilla extract. We're going to use 2 of those. 1 teaspoon of salt. I've got 1/2 teaspoon right here that I'm going to use 2 of those. 1 1/2 cups of corn syrup. We got the corn syrup. We got 1 1/2 cups already measured out here. We got a 1 and a 1/2 already ready to go. And then 3 large Adams County eggs. Don't forget, get your Adams County eggs.
3 or 4?
4 Adams County eggs. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Got their vanilla extract here.
Oh, that's real vanilla.
This is real vanilla extract, and I believe this came from Paige Jacobs. Thank you.
From Mexico.
Didn't it come? Yes, it came from Mexico. This traveled a long way, so this has got to be some good stuff. All right, teaspoons of that. 2 of those. 1 1/2 cups of coarsely chopped pecans, which we have right here in our little measuring device here. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to combine, whoops, I'm in the wrong place. We're going to combine the brown sugar out there. Come on, get on down there. Got that. And then we got the 1/3 cup of flour. And then we need the 1 teaspoon of salt. We're going to do the 1 1/2 teaspoon, 1 to make a teaspoon, 2. Got that. That's done. All right. Whisk it until it's mixed. So we're going to whisk this together. My wife said, you can just use a spoon. We're bakers here. We're going to whisk. We got to whisk. Why are we going to use a spoon? So we're going to whisk it together. After all, I'm not the one cleaning it. She is.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we're whisking this together, mixing it all together. This shouldn't take too awful long to try to get the clumps out of it. And the next thing we're going to be putting in is adding the corn syrup. And these little tiny little beads chopped down to fine. Get it all mixed together. All right, we got our corn syrup. We got our 1/2. We're going to put that in there. This stuff's thick.
Yeah, we should have sprayed it. If you spray it with oil, it comes out easy.
Oh.
I never thought about it.
Oh. No. Spray the little cup, the measuring cup, with your baker's joy or your flour, and it comes out easier. I did not know that, and my wife just told me that. Thank you, helper Gina.
Yeah.
All right.
But helper Gina forgot to do it.
Helper Gina forgot. Well, if you notice, we're trying out some new mics today. We'll see if the volume got a little louder. Well, that's our timer for our 5 minutes on our pie crust.
Alexa off.
Let's see if that pie crust looks like. All right, so the crust was done, and with that crust being done, we pulled it out of the oven, and we need to hurry up and get this finished up because we want it to be warm inside while we're putting it in. Back your oven down to 350 degrees. If you are making that pie crust from scratch, you want to start with the oven at 350 degrees, and you're going to bake that at 18 to 22 minutes, or until the edges are a very light golden brown. But like I said, we made this with a pre-made pie crust, so it didn't take very long. I like to take some shortcuts when I can, especially when it's me baking. Well, we got that mixed up. Now we need to put the got to do the eggs and the vanilla. Let's start with some eggs here. Take these out. Got some large eggs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to mix those eggs up in there. Whisk them in there with this other mixture. The corn syrup, the brown sugar, the flour, and the salt. And then we need to add, once we're getting these eggs all mixed up together, we need to add the vanilla extract.
Now this is pure vanilla, but you use the same amount.
Use the same amount of pure vanilla?
Yeah.
All right, so let's put that vanilla in there. It's already opened up, and we're going to put 2 teaspoons. This is 1 teaspoon. We're going to put 2 teaspoons of this vanilla. There's 1 and a little tiny bit, and there's 2. I compensated for the little mess that I let in there, so we should be good. I hope. If not, I guess we know who'll be eating them. Me. Sometimes the flops are the best things you can ever get. One time when we was first together, Gina and I, she made me a chocolate cake one time. And she don't know what happened, but it flopped. It flopped bad. It did not rise. It didn't come up like it's supposed to. And she showed it to me, and I tasted it. I thought, well, give me a taste of that. Best cake I ever ate. It was chewy. It was like a brownie, but it was more chewier than a brownie. So I named it Gina's Chewy Chocolate Cake. I've never had it again.
I don't know what I did.
It was good. I thought it was really good. So I ate it all. She kept it. She was going to throw it out. She says, no, I got to throw it out. And I said, no, that's good. We're going to eat that.
I was trying to impress you.
Yep. So sometimes flops turn out really good. But you got to figure out what you did wrong. You never know, right? All right, so we got the vanilla extract. I'm stirring it well. And then after I get this stirred well, I got to stir in the 1/2 cup chopped pecans. 1.5 cups of chopped pecans, I'm sorry. All right, let's get those things in here. 1.5 cups of those coarsely chopped pecans. If you were doing the crust, it was finely chopped pecans is what they recommended for that. So now we're getting those chopped pecans kind of stirred in with this batter that we're mixing up. Looking pretty good there. All right, and then we need to spray it evenly over that hot crust. Hope it hasn't cooled down too much. Feels still kind of warm, so she's still hot. So let's spread that through here evenly.
Oh, wow, that looks good.
Look at that. Look at that. I'm telling you. I don't think I'm going to get much else out. A little bit maybe. Looks pretty even there to me. Let me move some of these pecans around. Kind of help it out a little bit. Yeah. Some of them might be more pecan-y than others. But hey, we won't distinguish between them. They'll be good regardless. Then we got that done. The next thing we need to do is put it back in our oven that is dropping down to 350 degrees. We're going to bake it for about 33 to 38 minutes or until the filling is set. And that top would be deep golden brown if you used dark corn syrup. We used light corn syrup, so it won't be as deep dark golden brown. It'll be a little lighter, but still, you might want to look at that. The edges are also going to be a golden brown, deep, depending on if you use the dark syrup or not. We didn't. And then we're going to let it cool completely, and then we're going to refrigerate it 30 minutes and cut them into bars and serve covered and refrigerated. Now I'm going to put it in the oven. All right, I've got it out of the oven. Looking pretty good here. I can still hear it baking. And now we've got to take it and let it cool. Got to let it cool off and then let it chill in the refrigerator. And then we're going to cut them up into little bars. If you don't want to make it cold, if you don't want to put it in the refrigerator, and if you would like to enjoy the bars warm, that's an option. Because you don't need to refrigerate it. You could expect a softer and warmer middle filling layer if you would like it warmer. I would just let it cool off a little bit here, keep it warmer, cut it up there. You could have a warm piece of pecan pie bar with a scoop of ice cream. How about that? So that would be something else. So we're going to cool this one off. We're going to let it cool off here, and we're going to put it in the refrigerator, and then we're going to let it cool there, and then we're going to cut it up into bars and see how that goes. I bet it's going to be good. All right, so we're sitting here, well, standing here, looking at this 9x13 pan with this good-looking pecan bar that we're looking at, and thinking we want to try a piece while it's warm. Gina's idea. So I thought, okay, I'll just cut a couple pieces out while it's warm. We'll just put some Cool Whip on it. We'll give it a try, but then we'll also put the other in the refrigerator and let it chill. See which way we like it the best. Hey, you might, even after it's chilled, maybe you put it in the microwave and warm it up a little bit. That might be pretty good. So I'm going to cut a couple little bars out here and we'll see what we got. I'll put these couple little pieces on this dish right here. Oops, it's coming together. There we go. It's apart.
I've seen that.
Ha ha ha! It flipped off there. I wasn't gonna let it go. Look at this. Look at this. I'm about ready to pick this whole bar up and put it in my mouth. Here we go.
Does it taste like pecan pie?
It does. In a bar. About that thick. Pecan pie is a little bit thicker. But hey, maybe that's what you want. I never did try pecan pie. Never did, want to try it or anything. I don't remember when I got to try it, but it wasn't, too many years ago. I got to try it and I thought, well, that's good. Why didn't I try this a long time ago?
Yeah, because your grandma makes pecan pie and it is good.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's pretty good warm, like that. We'll just have to see how it turns out when it's chilled. Well, just like with everything, with the ending of every video that we have, we want to thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, we want to, since it's near the holiday seasons, coming into Thanksgiving and getting ready to come into Christmas, we would like you to submit maybe some candy recipes, maybe some cookie recipes, something like that, something for the holidays. If you would like to suggest that, please do so, and we'll bake some cookies or make some candy. And like always, thanks for stopping by, and we hope to see you soon.